Welcome. Thank you guys all for coming to our demo. We are People Insight by HireRoad. If you haven't heard of People Insight before, we like to say it's the best kept secret in HR tech. HireRoad has a number of different HR softwares from onboarding, recruitment, all the good stuff. But we acquired People Insight several years ago, and it was born out of a consultancy. It's 20 years old, consulting companies like KPMG, really to help them build out their people analytics functions. And they ended up building a software coming out to support that consulting. So it's a really great, both a software as a service model and a team of analysts to consult our companies. And it's been a really great journey for People Insight as part of the HireRoad family. So if you go to the next slide, just a little bit about us before we jump into the demo. Where we really see ourselves standing out compared to all of the other wonderful companies here is who we're targeting. We are not, we're really looking at mid-sized enterprises, companies who are struggling to even kick off their people analytics journeys. So maybe they don't have a dedicated data science team or, a shared resource across the whole company. Maybe they have a very small HR team with no dedicated analytics function, but they know that they want to start prioritizing data. We are really a great extension of their team. So cost-effective model, intuitive data to really help you just start to organize and report on your data efficiently in a streamlined way, and a team of analysts to empower your team to move faster and more accurately and confidently in front of leadership. So we're really excited to kind of do the behind the scenes work with our team of analysts, everything from getting you onboarded in as little as 5 days, as you can see. We're really proud of how quickly we can get you up and running and seeing value in People Insight. But then we're also there with you to customize. If you have specific, data cuts, specific visualizations that you want to see, if you need guidance on your strategic, recommendations on how to think about analytics for your company, our team is really there as a dedicated extension of your team. So, without further ado, we can turn it over to Matt here, our CRO, who's going to take us through a demo. Yeah, go there. Great.
All right. Hi, everyone. Matt O'Connor here. Great to be with you. We're just going to give you a quick, just a quick high-level demo of People Insight here by HireRoad. So when you log in, this is the screen that you would see. Keep in mind, this is fully customizable. We have this set up in different tiles. We're going to spend most of our time in the first three tiles here: summary dashboards, TA dashboards, and standard dashboards. But this can look anything like you might want it to look, and the colors can change based on even your organizational colors. So let's jump into the summary dashboards. And the Wi-Fi we're on the public Wi-Fi, so it is a little bit slow. So this is where you would come in to really get a C-level view of the company. What's going on with headcount, your hires, turnover, promotion rates. Just look at headcount by org. This is a high level. This is the only kind of dashboard that's not sortable here. But this is where a lot of your C-suite would live. You could come in here. You can take a snapshot of this, put in PDF, PowerPoint, quickly head to a meeting. But this can be totally customized to what's important for your organization. So this is just a demo database. And the way to think about this is, if you see there's a little chart over here. Our common use case is somebody's got Workday. They've got ADP. They have Greenhouse. They've got Cornerstone. They might be using Qualtrics. And they're trying to bring all of that data into one place so that they can really see high level and then drill down in any specific area that they need to. So let's jump in. Let's jump in here for a second. So headcount and turnover, just really easy, high level view of, where is the headcount in the organization? What are some of the quarterly trends? This can be annual, quarterly. There's a lot of different ways you can bring in, several years back if you want to see this, back 5 years or so. But let's go in and take a deeper dive on just headcount summary. So I want to come in and I want to just see what's the makeup of my headcount by org, by management level, by tenure, by department, gender, and so forth. But we have a lot of, hey, maybe it's an organization, a lot of diversity and recruiting initiatives happening, trying to keep women in the workforce. There's a lot of different things going on. So let's look at the DE&I dashboard. Here you would be able to come in and just look at headcount year over year, look at your hires, who's getting promoted, look at the turnover within, race, ethnicity, gender, et cetera. Look at some of the turnover issues that you might have. And you can come in here very quickly. Any of these dashboards, you can come in and sort and do what we call show bys. And you can sort this data, drill down into this data by department or region. Maybe there's a specific, area of the country or the globe that you're trying to focus on, management level. You can see how individual managers are doing around some of these initiatives.
And I think something to add for D&I, we have a lot of customers who are integrating, it might be both their ATS data and their HCM data to be able to see the full 360-degree view of D&I through the candidate to employee experience. We also have customers who are bringing in benchmark data to show here's how the U.S. Census data is comparing to our own employee base by location. So there's a lot of really great benchmarking and performance tracking you can do specific to DEI.
Let's say maybe there was a specific initiative around the IT department or sales, to broaden the reach of the candidate pool and to focus on a diverse slate of candidates. So I could come in here and I could just very easily look at IT. I could look at sales, enterprise sales, SMB sales, and then I can just very quickly resort this and see a different view. So again, there is a lot of ways to go deep. This is only a quick 15 minutes here, so I'm not going to touch on this fully. If I want to reset the data, I just come back here and I can very easily reset back to what it was when I came back in, if I have good Wi-Fi. So let's say that, is it still going here? So let's go back out for a second. We've now looked at, our total org, we looked at headcount, we looked at turnover high level, we looked at, diversity and inclusion data. Let's say I want to come into TA and say, how effective is my talent acquisition organization? What's happening there? Let's look at my applicant funnel. So I come into my talent acquisition dashboard, pretty typical things, open roles, your fill rate, applications, what's happening with offers and source of candidate. But let's say I want to really just look at the funnel, and I can either navigate on the top or I can come right down here and I can go to my applicant funnel and I can very easily see here what's happening with my applicant funnel by department. I can come in here and I can look at by recruiter if I want, just easily. Oops.
And this is something that you're able to really customize view and access level for your company. So a really big use case is just democratizing your people data to different teams. So we have, maybe it's your different TA managers are able to get a view of their recruiter's performance, but nobody else. Or you're providing your HRBP with their own executive dashboard specific to their business unit and the level of information, limited. So really great way to get insights out to the company in a very clear way.
Yeah, so here I can see, how my recruiters doing in the applicant process. If I want to drill down into source, I can very quickly just sort this by source of applicant. And then let's say I want to just go back out and really look at my DE&I applicant funnel. So I can drill down, where are my applicants by race, by gender, where are they sitting in the application process, what's our acceptance rates, things like that. Very straightforward. And I am going fast here because I want to make sure we touch on a few things. Now, we've looked at just high level here. Let's say we want to look at how are we doing with our top talent. So let's go into the turnover. Are we retaining our top talent? Are we doing a good job of that? So I come into my turnover dashboard and I can see turnover year over year. We've improved, right? 2022 to 2023, turnover's gone down. I can see my turnover rate by performance, right? So I can see it by tenure. Maybe I want to look at, wow, we have an initiative to not lose our top performers. So I want to go in and I can very easily click through to this data. So here's, we've reduced it down to 12% in 2023. And I want to see who are the top performers that left the company. So I can very easily go into the data. It's all linked back in all of these dashboards, so you can see the source. I can go in and say, oh yeah, here are the reasons we lost them. And again, I can drill into this over on the right as well. I can go by department, by region. A lot of ways to slice and dice this data. So let's go in. Now I want to see, geez, okay, we've done a pretty good job getting our turnover down in some areas, but let's look at the cost of turnover. We still have an issue in operations, right? Huge increase in turnover in operations, but for the most part, it's gone down in a lot of places. So I can, I can come over here and I can drill into that and try to solve some of the business problems around what might be going on in operations. If I want to go in, even just look at the termination reasons. Again, if lack of career opportunities, maybe there's some development initiatives I need to do. We've heard a lot about skills and job families this week.
And all of this is customizable, I will say. So if you're bringing in survey data, maybe it's exit survey data or employee engagement data, any key metrics you want to look at or survey questions, you're able to, import all of that into, and it all integrates into People Insight. And being able to pull in, we have obviously our AI powered ability to sort of sort through all of the unstructured data, whether it's exit surveys or engagement surveys, to make sure that it's quantifiable and easy to compare apples to apples with your other HR metrics.
And let's say I want to really look at the power of bringing multiple data sets. So we've looked at turnover, we've looked at some of the challenges there. Let's say I want to look at my first year effectiveness and how we're doing there. I can just very easily come in here. Oops. Probably should be wearing my glasses. And I can come in and look at first year effectiveness. And here you're looking at 3 to 4 data sources depending on the systems that they use. But I'm looking at my HRIS data, my ATS data, my quality of hire survey data. I'm looking at performance data. And I'm able to bring a cross-section of the data from those systems in to look at how we're doing from a first year effectiveness perspective. And I can look at this here really easily. I can come in and I can look by recruiter. So what recruiters are doing a good job, hiring people and keeping our, first year folks in the workforce, and, how are they doing from the standpoint of performance and so forth. And then I can easily also come in here and I can look at it by management level, region. There's a lot of different ways to sort this. Location, and I can solve some of the problems that we looked at earlier around operations and so forth. I think we have like
a minute left.
We have like a minute left. So, but there's a lot in here. What I haven't touched on yet is something like succession planning. If I want to come in, also, we're bringing in all of those data sources. So I can look at my readiness. I can see which critical roles have succession planning. I can look at who's done some of the leadership training that's required to move to the next level from a senior management perspective. And then finally, if I want to look at, how are people progressing in the organization, I can look at my promotions dashboard, right? Where are the promotion rates by department, by performance rating, by gender, et cetera. So I know I think we're at time. So I wanted to just pause there and open it up quickly for some questions.
I want to go back to the slide. Next slide. Any questions? I mean, I think just to kind of wrap up, we really, we can integrate seamlessly with any of your existing technology. We have a lot of customers who are, maybe they're in 3-year contracts with some technology and they're just not able to extract all of the value out of it because they don't have a team to focus on operations and reporting. So we're able to come in and say, okay, you're using Workday, but you're struggling to, you're spending hours on reporting. let's help you get the most out of it. Let's make sure that your data is up to date and accurate, and you really understand how to visualize it. So, seamless integration. We're up and running in 5 days, so you can start getting value. And then there's just endless customizations. We really work closely with our customers to say, what are you trying to accomplish? We'll literally say, draw it on a napkin what you sort of have in mind. We can help you create this and tell the story to your stakeholders. So I know that there's no bell, but we're going to get kicked off. Any questions before we wrap? All right, that's the music.
Thanks
Stop
for your
by the
time.
HireRoad booth. We would love to talk to you more. Thank you.